Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And of course, good morning, mini Motorways. We are off to Los Angeles for today's daily challenge, which will see us begin with 4 traffic lights and the knowledge that none of these destinations will become circles. That is good to know. Good morning, Sunflare Space. Sunny was here first. Sunflare Space says meowdy. Hope everyone has a very meowdy day. Sunny, are you going to change your name to Solar Eclipse Space today? Because, well, the solar eclipse is today. And, well, that and WrestleMania are pretty much all my Twitter timeline are talking about. And WrestleMania fucking sucked. So, you know. Okay. On the one hand, I should not begrudge anyone their particular form of entertainment. If you watched WrestleMania and you had a good time and you enjoyed the show and thought it was great, more power to you. Except, actually, less power to you. Fuck you. What the fuck was that? Oh, God. Let's take a roundabout. Sunflare Space says should change your name to Solar Eclipse Space, but then you have to stick with it for like 6 weeks or whatever, because name changes on Twitch are hard. I get it. Is difficult. Alright, this yellow house over here is going to run that away. I don't have another bridge to get this one down this way. I could do a complicated thing over here with I don't know, we do this and then, actually, hold on, this is kind of working. Let's just do that and traffic light. Yeah, for all the good having this yellow house is gonna do me. Sure, let's pretend that matters. I am not a person who watches the week-to-week WWE product. I'm not. And therefore, at a certain level, WrestleMania just wasn't for me. It wasn't. WWE makes a version of professional wrestling that is so very different from what I like in professional wrestling that they're barely the same thing. And yet, I'm not going to spend the entire show running down the WrestleMania card saying this match sucked and then moving on. Although, you could basically do that. This blue business over here is going to get some houses run to it like so. We're going to go up, over, and around so that we don't have to share this road. That should be basically fine. This is a little bit of an awkward entry into here. I don't really care for these hairpin turn entrances, but, you know, it's better than if I just put the blues onto this road and had them go past this yellow business. So, these light blues will go up here. I'm going to go that way so as to allow for the possibility that these 2 yellows might run down this way. That seems like a reasonable thing for a person to do. A little bit of flexibility in your road design is a thing that you're looking for, even at a scant 73 trips here on what just turned into an early Saturday morning. Oh, hi. Alright, this red business exists. That's, actually, it's kind of good. It's weird, but it's good. First thing, we're going to run the light blues up around this way. Second thing, we're going to kill this bridge that's barely in use. We're going to point these 2 reds over this way. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to kill this traffic light because this traffic light has no need to exist. These yellows can run down this way. Boop, 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 and boop. That'll get you going this way. And now, oh, this is about to get even more ridiculous, isn't it? Let's run this and this. so that this red is the second house supporting this red business via our central roundabout, which suddenly exists. Who knew we were going to have a central roundabout in here? Not me, certainly. I'm sure that'll be fine. That's definitely not going to kill everyone and everything attached to it. No. Nonsense. Why would you think that this is inevitably going to kill everything and everything? Don't call it a rat wike just because it has 6 houses going into it and 3 businesses. And okay, all right, it might be a rat wike, but it might also not be a. Okay, so here's a thing. I feel like I'm going to describe a thing that happened in the main event of WrestleMania last night. By the way, tangent, there is one main event of WrestleMania. WWE, in case you don't know, has recently, like within the last 5 years or so, started doing WrestleMania as a 2-night spectacular, mostly because doing 2 nights of WrestleMania is both better as an entertainment product and creates more money than having one 7.5 hour long show. There was a period of like 5 years where every year, even on a quote-unquote good WrestleMania, coming out of it, you were like, oh my god, that show was 7.5 hours long. Why the fuck did they do that? So eventually, WWE said, wait a second. You know, New Japan does 2 nights for their big show of the year. Why don't we do 2 nights for our big show of the year? We can fill up a big stadium twice. How are we gonna get yellows over to here? We need to get yellows over to here. I mean, this, if we're not using this bridge, then let's not use this bridge, I guess. Like so? Yeah, sure. These 2 yellows go up along this way, into here. I wish I had like one more yellow house to support this business. I don't love this or any business only having one house, but you've got a car sitting in your driveway most of the time. You'll be fine. I may or may not have desperately tried to finish that sentence before I had to sneeze, and failed, but it'll be fine. So, tangent. My tangent before the one thing I'm going to explain in detail and then say that sucked and then move on. My tangent. There is one main event of WrestleMania. WWE has recently gone to a 2-night spectacular for WrestleMania, which means that they have, there's a night 1, which is on Saturday, and then night 2, which is on Sunday, which is all well and good. However, they have also adopted the belief or the marketing, for lack of a better term, that the final match of night 1 of WrestleMania is a WrestleMania main event. Which, no, actually, being the 7th match on a 13-match card that happens to be stretched over 2 nights does not mean that you are in the main event of WrestleMania. There is one main event of WrestleMania, and everyone knows that it is not. The reason they do this is because there is a prestige associated with being in the main event of WrestleMania. It means you're a very, very, very big deal. It means that WWE pushes you very, very hard, and you can tell people like, I was in the main event of WrestleMania. You have to take what I say seriously or whatever. And so what WWE does is they have a popular undercard tag team like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn main event night 1 of WrestleMania, so that they don't really have to build the show around Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, But then they can turn around and say, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were in the main event of WrestleMania, you guys. You have to believe that we actually like them and push them hard. Even though they don't actually push them that hard. Or they can have like a reasonably well-built women's title match like Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks as the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania, and then turn around and say, we had 2 black women in the main event of WrestleMania! No, you fucking didn't. You had 2 black women as the 7th match on a 13-match card, fuckers. As maybe the 3rd most important match. Whoopee. Deceitful, dishonest shitbag fuckeries. That's what they're doing. This has been a very long, angry tangent in the middle of my very long, angry tangent. Let's take a 3rd motorway. Is there anything... I could do something slightly less ridiculous with all of these light blues and have them, like, motorway over to here, but, this is kind of working. You know what we'll do, actually? Here's what we'll effing do. Alright, I can't fully eradicate this roundabout, but I can definitely make it less necessary. Just for a second. We're gonna take... Unfortunately, the only way I can think of... I could have possibly... We're gonna figure out a way to do this that doesn't involve all of that. Also, one of these motorways is just gonna serve to get... I can't put a motorway right here until the whole roundabout goes away. That sucks. That stinks and sucks. Alright. Ooh, red's up there is bad. That'll be fine-ish, I hope. Okay. So, motorway number 1 is going to get these 2 dark blues over here to this business, and that's going to be fine. Next, we're going to reconstruct this roundabout pretty much exactly where it had been. Just 1 space over so it doesn't incorporate this. And we're going to have a roundabout that goes down here and goes over there, and that's going to be fine. Now, we need to get reds up here, which is bad. And we need to get yellows over here, which is better. So, let's do both of those things. Now, I could motorway these yellows here and these yellows here, but that's silly, and I already have this road doing this, so we're just... Actually, hold on. I can kill this roundabout. I don't need it anymore. For you see, we can run this red here, and these yellows, voop, voosh, like this. Ha-ha. So these 3 yellows go down here, these reds go here, these reds go there. That's lovely. You know what? You point down that way. We're going to have you 2 take motorway number 2, go up that way, and you 2 take motorway number 3. Wait. Now that these guys don't have to go over here, they can go up here. So they should. Voop, 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 and voosh. Like so. That will allow us to restructure this such that these 3 yellows swing out this way. Okay, so these 2 yellows go here, these 2 reds go there. Everybody go. Cool. So, the main event of Night 2 of WrestleMania, also known as the main event of WrestleMania, was Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for, I think it's called the Undisputed WWE Universal Championship. God, that's a ridiculously long name for a big belt. It was Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns for the title. You may remember this as the same fucking main event they did last year, because WWE, despite having 8,000 dudes, has like 3 main eventers. let's take a bridge. So the main event is Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns for the belt. And Roman's this big awful heel, and The Rock is involved. And Roman and The Rock have teamed up, and The Rock, because he's The Rock, has completely upstaged Roman. He has, somewhat intentionally possibly, made this whole damn thing about himself. He's the big awesome star. He's the biggest, most charismatic dude in the history of the world or whatever, right? And the match is no disqualification because in night one, Rock and Roman won a tag match against Cody and Seth Rollins. Whatever. So it's Cody and Roman for Roman's belt. And a whole bunch of bullshit goes down. And Rock is in the ring, and Rock's kicking the crap out of Cody Rhodes. And then the fucking Undertaker comes out. And there was a bunch of other shit. There were other run-ins and other stupidity. And John Cena got involved for reasons. But The Rock's kicking Cody's ass. He's whipping him with a belt or whatever. And the fucking Undertaker's music hits. And like, okay, this is random, but like, there's no storyline reason for The Undertaker to be mad at The Rock. They had like a couple of feuds in the early 2000s, but it's not this legendary rivalry or whatever. Undertaker and Roman had a WrestleMania match like 10 years ago. Was that literally 10 years ago? It was not literally 10 years ago, but it was a long-ass time ago, which Roman won clean as a sheet, and then Undertaker fucked off for a while. But he didn't, like, cheat or anything. He didn't cost Undertaker a title. It's just, here's the fucking Undertaker, I guess. So here's the fucking Undertaker, I guess, is here to save the day, and he gives The Rock a chokeslam or whatever, okay? Now, in a vacuum, right? In a vacuum, it sounds almost cool. It's very random, given that there's no fucking reason for it to happen. Oh, we could spend a month of slow-moving gimmimims talking about Undertaker feuds and storylines and bullshit that The Undertaker has been involved in. There's a lot to cover, right? But, like, for this particular moment, here's the fucking Undertaker. Why? Don't ask questions. Here's the fucking Undertaker. So the fucking Undertaker has, like, and the thing with Undertaker is he doesn't actually come out, one, because his entrances take forever, and two, because he's 59 years old and doesn't move that well. So, like, they hit his gong and the lights go out, and then the lights come up and he's in the ring and it's like, oh my god, it's the Undertaker, and then he chokeslams The Rock, and then the lights go out and his gong goes off and he leaves. Okay, whatever. Here's the thing. In addition to this being totally random and having no point behind it other than a cool thing to do, the fucking Undertaker, Mark fucking Calloway. By the way, oh, hold on. Here's a problem. I never actually put any light blues going into this business. I put dark blues going into this business. But, so this light blue business has just been kerfucked for this whole time. That's bad. We'll be okay-ish. Let's take these light blues here, and we're just gonna run them up into this nice little roundabout, actually. Now, this might still be a problem because the light blues had previously been going over that way, but we're gonna pretend that it's fine, actually. It should be doomed. Actually, if we're being honest with ourselves, it's fucking doomed. But maybe it won't be. You know? We have no guarantee of this, no absolute truth knowledge that it's going to be fucking doomed. It just looks like, in all probability, it's fucking doomed. So, okay, so the plan is the fucking Undertaker's gonna come save the day and kick The Rock's ass or whatever, right? Let's do something desperate here. I'm just gonna grab these 3 real quick and run this motorway. Try to save this business before it fucking dies. Nope, it's gonna fucking die. Maybe, possibly, entirely likely that it's fucking doomed. Or have I saved it? I may have saved it. I believe I've saved it. Hooray! Great. So now we run this, and we run this right back the way it was, and this business will catch up all on its own. One hopes and assumes. So you go that way. You can go that way once that motorway stops existing. You can go up that way. Thank you. This business over here is going to get mad for lack of dudes for a second, but it should be, broadly speaking, fine-ish. Let's run this and then peel these 2 off of here. You get Motorway numero 4. Give me a roundabout because I already have 3 traffic lights. You come down here. Okay. So here's the thing. In addition to being a 59-year-old man, The Undertaker is apparently part of the reason the fucking Undertaker... No one has confirmed this, but it would make all the sense in the world, so we're gonna run with it as the truth. Part of the reason the fucking Undertaker came out is that Stone Cold Steve Austin said, "Fuck no, I'm not doing that." For you see, a couple of years ago, Stone Cold Steve Austin had a match at WrestleMania, even though he's like 50-something years old. He actually had a match and it was apparently good or whatever. And Stone Cold Steve Austin is a legendary rival of The Rock. Stone Cold and The Rock have main evented multiple WrestleManias against each other. They've had other matches at WrestleMania. They've had this long, epic rivalry that spanned multiple years and multiple storylines and multiple characters for each of them. They are legitimately each other's arch rival over the course of their career. And anytime The Rock is doing anything, it would make sense for Stone Cold Steve Austin to try to fuck him over just because they've had this big, long, epic rivalry, right? So it would make sense, sort of, for The Rock to be a shitbag heel douchefucker who's screwing over Cody Rhodes and costing him the belt, but here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin to fuck over The Rock, right? The Undertaker and The Rock, they had matches, they had a feud, but it is not the same thing. Part of the reason the fucking Undertaker came to save Cody Rhodes is that Stone Cold Steve Austin said, "Fuck no, I don't want to do that." But they had already decided that this was the plan for the match and they didn't want to change or whatever. By the way, this business is fucked again. So, and we can't really easily unfuck it the way we had previously. So, don't really know what the plan is. I suppose for right now, given that we have these 2 light blues right here, can we just not do all of that and instead do all of this? Theoretically, that gets a whole bunch of light blues to come up here and save this business. Practically, this business is still doomed because this thing's gonna fill. So Stone Cold Steve Austin hears the plan and is like, "Fuck no, I'm not doing that. That's stupid." But the Undertaker is like, "Oh, you're gonna pay me how much? Okay. I don't want to do any work though. I don't want to hurt my knees." Because I'm 59 years old and The Rock is kind of big. So I don't want to scoop him up and do a tombstone or anything, because 1, that'll hurt my knees, and 2, I might break The Rock's fucking neck. 1,248 is bad. Top 40%, Samurai Sam's in the top 10. Drop those slams in the chat. So the whole point of The Undertaker, right? Especially, The Undertaker had 2 big gimmicks, but the whole point of the gong, lights go out, guys in the ring, hits a move, gong, leaves. The whole point of that guy is he's like the dead man, right? He's big, he's gothic, he's spooky, he's intimidating, he's cryptic, he's the creature that works in the night, he's the terror that flaps and that sort of thing, right? Undertaker didn't want to do any of that. Also, he's 59 years old and just got this gig like a week ago, so he didn't have any time to like get in shape. And he's 59 years old and he doesn't fucking want to do anything, right? So what's happening is you've got The Rock, right? And he's, old. Everybody involved in this is old. The youngest person I'm talking about here is Cody Rhodes, who's like 37. I would guess that Cody Rhodes is 37. That might be a little bit old. Cody might be 34. Cody's 38. How old is Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns might be younger than... Roman Reigns is 38. Okay. So you've got... So The Rock is... How old is The Rock? The Rock's like, what, 52? I think The Rock's 52. There we go. The Rock is 51. Okay. So you've got a 51-year-old man with a belt who's whipping the fuck out of Cody Rhodes. And here comes The Undertaker. And again, The Undertaker is 59 years old and just got this gig last week or something, so he doesn't have time to get in shape, and he also doesn't want to do his character. So you've got The Rock, right, who despite being 51 years old has done just so much steroids. Oh my God, The Rock is juiced to the fucking gills. So The Rock is juiced to the gills, and he's been working out very hard. So he's all big and muscular or whatever. And he wrestled a match and didn't tear anything, which good for the fucking Rock. First time in 15 years he's done that. So Rock's beating the crap out of Cody Rhodes. And a gong goes off. And listen, it's WWE. When the Undertaker's gong goes off, it's an oh shit moment. It doesn't make any fucking sense that The Undertaker's here. The Undertaker has no personal relationship with Cody Rhodes in character, or really out of character. But again, Stone Cold Steve Austin said no, and they thought it would be cool, even though it didn't make sense. So The Undertaker's gong goes off, and the lights go out. And they don't actually play The Undertaker's music because he's not doing an entrance, but the lights come up, and there's a guy in the ring. He's kind of tall. Now, this is in the middle of a fucking football stadium, so the first 10 rows or so can immediately identify this kind of tall guy as The Undertaker because he looks like The Undertaker. Everyone else has to look at a monitor and be like, oh shit, that's The Undertaker. Which, I mean, they did signal it by having The Undertaker's gong go off, so okay. So The Undertaker's in the ring. Now, when I say The Undertaker's in the ring, you may have a certain expectation, given that, the gong went off and it's professional wrestling. But again, The Undertaker is a 59-year-old man who got this gig last week and didn't want to do any fucking work. So when I say The Undertaker's in the ring, what I actually mean is that a very tall man wearing a skull cap and a black hooded sweatshirt with what looks like the logo of a motorcycle gang on the breast pocket is in the ring. And this old ornery biker is The Undertaker, allegedly. And Michael Cole, who fucking sucks, Michael Cole loses his absolute shit that The Undertaker, the dead man cometh, says Michael Cole, about the 59-year-old man in a hoodie who's in the ring for no reason. And the 59-year-old man in a hoodie who's in the ring for no reason doesn't want to do or can't do his most iconic move, which is a tombstone pile driver, because he's 59 years old and The Rock is kind of heavy, so you don't want to hurt his knees and you don't want to break The Rock's neck. Okay. So he doesn't want to do the tombstone pile driver. And he doesn't want to do his second most iconic move, which is a last ride powerbomb, because one, the setup for that is kind of long and this is like a quick cameo thing. And two, if he can't do a tombstone pile driver, he absolutely can't do a last ride powerbomb. And three, again, The Rock is very big and kind of old himself. I think The Rock would explode if you asked The Rock to take a last ride powerbomb, TBH. So he can't do his second most iconic move, the last ride powerbomb. And he can't do his third most iconic move, the Hell's Gate submission, because again, the Hell's Gate is kind of a long thing. It's a triangle choke, which doesn't fit the spot. It's a submission. It doesn't work. And also, The Undertaker is 59 years old and never really did the Hell's Gate well to begin with. So So he does his fourth most well, he can't do his fourth most iconic move, which is the rope walking clothesline thing, because the setup for that is very long, and he's 59 years old and he can't walk the ropes, and it doesn't make sense for the spot. So he does he can't do his fifth most iconic move, which is the running dive over the top rope, because god damn, I've said it already 15 times. He's 59 years old. He can't do that. He absolutely can't do that. Also, he's in the ring, so he can do his sixth most iconic move. So this 59-year-old man in a hoodie gets in the ring, does his sixth most iconic move, which is a choke slam, and then he leaves. Okay. Sure. Title of the episode is A 59-Year-Old Man in a Hoodie, which is exactly what happened. That's a literal fact. I'm not exaggerating in the slightest when I say that a 59-year-old man in a hoodie was involved in the main event of WrestleMania. Okay. If you like that, more power to you. I like things that are, good, but I guess everybody has different tastes. You can like 59-year-old man in a hoodie interfering in the main event of the... Okay. You can like calling Roman Reigns the most dominant champion in history, even though he hasn't won a match cleanly in 2 years. I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say that Roman hasn't won a match clean in 2 years. But he has a lot of goons who have helped him in many different ways. So he's the most dominant champion, even though he literally never wins clean. Like literally never. Like never. Like the fucking Honky Tonk Man had more legitimate credibility than Roman Reigns, but he has dramatic music and Paul Heyman to talk for him, so... Anyway. Let's, It could be... I don't know. Could be Rivet. Could absolutely be... It's not Rivet. It could have been. It could have been. Okay. It's not going to be like Dares, even though it totally, like mechanically it could be, but I know that they don't do four-letter word with an S stapled to it, so it's not going to be Dares. It could be something else, though. It could be Dreeb. Everybody remembers AEW wrestler Serena Dreeb? No? Okay. What in the fuck is this word? It could be greed. Could absolutely be a WCW pay-per-view greed. No. It could be former Total Nonstop Action wrestler Consequences Creed. No. Okay. Game? What? It could be I released you from captivity. You have been freed? They don't usually do that, though. It could be... well, it could be, I got you pregnant, let us breed. There you go. All right. Yay. We did the Wordle good, eventually. Let's make some connections. Okay, so we need a spat and a tiff and a clash and a scrap are all arguments for... Subway Space asks why that was my association and not... I mean, listen, it was... I had just said a verb. I was in a verb space. There. These are all arguments. What? What? Hold on. Maybe instead of clash, it's tangle? Seriously? No? What? Hold on. These are all arguments. These are all... Okay, well, hold on. A flash, a wink, a gif, and a zip are all very short spans of time, I guess. No. Instead of zip, a heartbeat. There you go. Those are all very brief moments. Okay. So a cane, a top hat, a monocle, and I mean, a cane, a top hat, and a monocle are all things Mr. Peanut has, but what else? Oh, spats! Because he's Mr. Peanut. Okay, yep, Mr. Peanut wears spats. Yep. Accessories for Mr. Peanut. Which means a tiff, a tangle, a scrap, and a clash. These are all arguments, right? These are all disagreements. Mm-hmm. And then love, zip, squat, and jack are all indications of nothing. I'm very glad that we got the Mr. Peanut eventually. And we didn't fucking lose, which is nice. It's always good when you don't fucking lose. Which, by the way, congratulations to Cody Rhodes. Legitimately, honestly. You can say what you want about WWE, and I will. WWE sucks and is run by bad people who are accessories to sexual assault at the very least. But they're bad people. But anyway, Cody Rhodes was at a certain level of star in AEW. Cody Rhodes was at a certain level of star in WWE way back when. And he was like, I could be a bigger star than this. But in order to do that, I have to leave. So he did. He left WWE. He had a cushy job, probably had a job for life, even though he was never going to go anywhere. But he left WWE and he went on the indies and he made himself a big independent wrestling star. And then he was like, wait a second, we got a bunch of big independent wrestling stars. And this billionaire wants to start a wrestling company. What if we team up with that billionaire and start a wrestling company? And he made himself a bigger star by starting this wrestling company. Good for him. But after a while, he was a certain level of star. Incidentally, Sunflare Space has redeemed a public service announcement. We interrupt our long story about recapping the career of Cody Rhodes to deliver this public service announcement. J.K. Rowling is a TERF. Fuck TERFs, and by extension, fuck J.K. Rowling. Also, literally, J.K. Rowling is a Scottish speech criminal because they criminalized anti-trans speech. Good for you, Scotland. Arrest J.K. Rowling, why don't you? That would be fun. This has been a public service announcement. So Cody creates AEW with some help and some billionaires funding, but he helps create AEW, and after a while, he's like a certain level of star. There was this stipulation where he's never going to win the world title, and Cody's idea was, what if we eventually go back on that stipulation? And Tony Khan's idea was, no, we don't do that. And Cody was like, oh, I could be a bigger star than what I am. I just have to leave and go back to WWE. And he left. He left AEW, even though he helped make AEW, even though he and his wife and all of his friends had jobs for life. Because again, he helped make AEW. But he was like, no, fuck this. I can be a bigger star than this. I can make more money than this. So he went back to WWE and he made more money. And eventually, god damn it, dude main evented WrestleMania 2 years in a row. Dude ended a very long world title reign and got a big celebration and used it to talk about how great Triple H and Bruce Pritchard are because, well, Cody knows where his bread is buttered. Also, probably not that great a dude. But, he bet on himself and made a bunch of money, and he's a big star, and he won the main event of WrestleMania eventually. So, yeah, good for Cody Rhodes, I guess. We're going to mention Cody Rhodes' wife and then hit the Law & Order drop, and then we're going to play Strands. Brandy Rhodes. Good for Cody Rhodes. Let's play Strands. So good for Cody Rhodes, I guess. Second. There you go. So today's theme is things that happen quickly, I guess. This goes fast. This is just cent, but that's probably just a gray word. Oh, a century. So this is just spans of time in general. I see. Okay. So that's a span of time in general. Gotcha. M-O, no. Yep, right here we've got a minute, like so. Over here is shed, which is a gray word. This is, nope, that's not dash, that's not second. This is The Cure, which is a band, and also a panacea. Nope. Sonny saw time something, which... Is this gonna be... That's probably part of the span grown. Timecade? That doesn't make sense. Time code? I mean, that's a video term. Is that? Nope. Okay. Interesting. Trombone Dalek saw wire, which is true. Time. There's another time. Here's a timer. No. Something could be timed. Sam has noted there's hour. This is just... Oh, I've got it. Wait, no, I don't. I thought I had it. I thought I had timepiece, but I don't. Here's piece, as, and piece. You can't get timepieces, though. Oh, wait, yes, you can. T-I-M-E, timepieces. There we go. Ha-ha. And that's a week. And that's a month. And this is a decade. And off you go. Hooray, strands! We stranded things well and goodly. Now, for the Immaculate Grid today, we need Yankees, Dodgers, Guardians, Atlantans, Diamondbacks, and dudes what struck out 200 dudes in a season. A Guardian who struck out 200 dudes in a season is Carlston Charles Sabathia, I think. There you go. Sonny requests that we remember Pedro. Sadly, even though Pedro played for the Dodgers, I don't think he struck out 200 dudes in a season when he was with the Dodgers. Cause, well, he was a reliever. And I think he did like part-time starting for the Dodgers, but I'm not 100% sure that he did 200 Ks in a season while with the Dodgers. So yeah, I should really get that Nightbot. You know what? Let's do that right now. Together, Nightbot.tv. We're going to log in. We're going to go commands. We're going to narrate rather than show because that's what they say about all great stories, right? It's tell, don't show. Certainly. All right, so bang, Mookie. Message is just imagine trading Mookie Betts. Period. Submit. Bang, Mookie. Imagine trading Mookie Betts. Yes, Sunflare Space, that was the joke. That was the joke. A Dodger who had 200 strikeouts in a season is Walker Buehler. Remember Walker Buehler? He's good. His arm is like toast or whatever. But still, he's good. A Yankee who had 200 strikeouts in a season is Garrett Cole, baby. A Yankee who played for the Diamondbacks is one Randall Michael Johnson. I don't actually think his middle name is Michael, but whatever. 61% of the... Okay, a lot of people used Randy Johnson for that square. I suppose that's fine. Sam, you must have looked that up very quickly. Now we're kind of in a little bit of trouble, I think. I think Mike Stanton, like the relief pitcher, played for the Atlantans and Yankees. That sounds right. Mike Stanton, the relief pitcher, was an Atlantan. Mike Stanton, the relief pitcher, was an Atlantan. Yay! Now we need 4 more squares. Fuchs. Guardian, who was an Atlantan. Kenny Lofton? Was Kenny Lofton an Atlantan? I don't think Kenny Lofton was an Atlantan, actually. Now that I say that out loud, it doesn't sound right. Well, fuck, y'all. Let's see here. Dodger, who was a Diamondback, is Edwin Jackson? No, Edwin Jackson was never a Dodger. Clayton Kershaw's a career Dodger, so that doesn't help. Yasiel Puig was neither a Diamondback nor an Atlantan. Sunflare Space has asked that we guess the dot game, and you know what? We can absolutely guess the dot game. Let's guess the dot ga. This is a Pokemon game of some kind. It just has that vibe. This is Pokemon. It's either a newer Pokemon game or Zelda. But I think it's Pokemon. We're going to say it's Pokemon Shield. There we go. Nope. Interesting. Metacritic. Oh, it's Slay the Spire? Kind of looks like Slay the Spire, but no. Hold on. That's not Slay the Spire. It might be League of Legends? I don't know shit about League of Legends. Is this League of Legends? Guess the dot game? It is, it's kind of League of Legends. What? Hold on. League of Legends is a franchise? League of Legends has a mobile game? Help! League of War VR Arena? No, I don't think so. Is there another League of... Oh, God. Game? Guess the dot game? League of Help Me? What League of Legends mobile game exists? I don't know any... That's not fair. That's cheating. I have no idea. We're gonna have to Google League of Legends mobile game. League of Legends mobile. What is this? Wild Rift? League of Legends : Wild Rift? Okay. Wild Rift. League of Hold on. Why didn't it come up if I... It can't be League of Legends : Wild Rift. Because it's just showing League of... Guess the dot game! What other... Wild Rift? What? Riot Mobile? No, that's just the... That's the apps. I don't... Game! Guess the dot game. I don't... Huh? Okay, it could be League of Evil. Could be Little League World Series Baseball 2008. No? Alright. Third guess is the League of Legends mobile game, the name of which doesn't fucking exist. Is it League of War : VR Arena? No. Ruined King : a League of Legends. Game. Guess the dot game. No, it's not Ruiner. Bandle Tale. What? Bandytail? Crash Bandicoot 2 Entranced. There you go. No? Tales of Symphonia. That's what it is. Team Fight Tactics. Sure. Yep. That's a thing that exists. Absolutely. Today's Guess the Dot game is bull.shit, and this is why we don't usually guess the dot game. So anyway, a Guardian who played for the Atlantans is was Josh Donaldson a Guardian? I don't think Josh Donaldson was a Guardian. It sounds vaguely. Andy Marte was an Atlantan, wasn't he? I think Andy Marte was an Atlantan. I could be wrong about that. I'm not wrong about that. Hooray! Good for me. Top left square, 0.2%, because I remembered one super busty prospect. Nope, Goog, move on. We need a Dodger and a Diamondback. A Dodger and a Diamondback is Octavio Dotel. No, he was never a Diamondback. Kurt Schilling was never a Dodger. Luis Gonzalez was never a Dodger. Boys and berries. Mark Grace was never a Dodger. Matt Williams was never a Dodger. Max Scherzer totally fits the square, actually. Max Scherzer. Now, we need a Guardian back. I've named a couple of guys who fit. Welp, I got one eventually. Let's see here. Mark Grace was never a Guardian. Octavio Dotel was never an Atlantan. Oh, Edwin Jackson and Luis Gonzalez, both Dodgers. Great. Was Edwin Jackson an Atlantan? No, that doesn't sound right. Nobody named Upton was a Dodger. Sam, did Justin's brother ever settle on a first name? Because I feel like he went back and forth a couple of times. I think he ended his career as BJ again. Like he started as BJ and then he went by Melvin and then he switched back to BJ. Am I making that up? I could be making that up. Anyway, fuck, man. Wikipedia says BJ. Okay, I'm not completely crazy. Was Coco Crisp a Diamondback? I don't think so. Was Dan Heron a Guardian? No. I just thought of a shitbag. Pretty sure Trevor Bauer was a Diamondback. Well, fuck him. I named someone who fits LA and Atlanta. Wonderful. Amazing. Hi, Nora. You're a very good cat. You're a very cute, tiny little kitty cat. Sunflare Space has redeemed a treat for the Nora. Hi. It's not that hard a square. Not that hard a square, says Sam. Person who always gets the immaculate grid. As opposed to me, a dumbass. It's a very hard square if you're a dumbass. What kind of person is that, Red? Dumbass! Thank you. Hi, Nora. You want this treat? Take it. Oh, there's a kitty cat. Oh, you're so precious and cute and orange and furry. Now then, fuck. Delino DeShields. Delino DeShields. Yeah! Delino DeShields. What do you mean there are two? This one. Delino DeShields. It's not Delino DeShields. I failed. Okay, Freddie. Okay, Andrew. Turns out Octavio Dotel totally wasn't Atlantan. Well, you know there were 264 possibilities, and I picked one that's wrong, so good for me. Good job, comma, Goog. All right, famous last words. It looks like we might actually get a full stream week in for once. I don't have any in-person jobs scheduled this week. I do have a doctor's appointment Thursday afternoon, so Thursday evening stream might be a little bit late. But other than that, we might actually play Baldur's Gate 3 this week, which is a thing we haven't done on stream in a fucking month. God! Fingers crossed. We might get a full stream week in. We will almost certainly, probably, hopefully, see you tomorrow for another edition of Good Morning Mini Motorways. It's noon GMT now? Is it? Hold on. What time is it GMT right now? What time is it GMT? It is 11:55 a.m. It is 4 hours. GMT is 4 hours ahead of Eastern. Your time is not GMT. Sunflares, space, person. You have, I don't know, British time or Portuguese time or... So it is not... That means the times on the schedule are correct. They're correct. Yeah. The UK's GMT +1. I was accurate about a thing for once. Good for me, I'm the googliest. So I don't win at grids or motorways, but I win at time conversions. I win at time conversions. Thank y'all for watching, everybody. Have a good day. Bye.